Today we're walking 300 steers to a paddock about 9 kilometres away with 4 dogs. There's just 300 steers there. One person could do this quite easily, walk these steers away, but Scott's with me today because we have to go through a couple of paddocks with a lot of cattle in. It's just the second person's handy to turn them away. There's just a dog out the side there, tucking that side in. One here on the bike with me as a spare, and Scott's got a couple of dogs back on the tail. I just ride in the lead, and there's a dog on either side there that keeps them cattle behind me. Wherever I go, these cattle follow. We're just coming to a gate here now in a fence. Those steers are coming there in a nice straight line. I've got both my dogs on the bike, or had them on the bike there. And Scott's just coming along out on the side there, and at this stage there's only one dog on the tail of those steers. No lane, no fence, just nice quiet steers following a bike. I'm ahead to turn some steers away that were in the lead of us, and those steers are right back up there, still just coming along. Once these steers here are far enough out of the road, I'll just go back and take up my position in the lead. But in the meantime, Scott's still back there just shutting a gate we come through. But there's a Scott's still back there just shutting a gate we come through. But there's just 2 dogs there with those steers, 300 steers bringing them along, and Scott's there on the side now. This here that I've turned away are just nice and walking away nice and steadily. If we wanted those steers into our mob, I would just have to cast one of the dogs that I have on the bike with me around those steers, and he'd bring them in. But because these cattle in the front of me here are weaners that we weaned about 3 or 4 months ago, they have been trained correctly with the dogs. They know not to trot away when I turn them away. There's a little dam just there that they were watering at, and I just rode up and started them away, and they just slowly walking away to give us room to bring this mob of steers past. Scott's just come into the lead there, you may be able to see. There, and he's got 2 dogs bringing those steers toward him, or behind him. I have my 2 dogs on the bike here. We don't leave any more dogs out there than need be. Always try and spell a couple. Maybe you can see the 2 dogs that are working that side, bringing that side into him. We're about halfway with these steers now. Probably come about 4 kilometres. Couple of dogs down there. There's 3 dogs there just tucking that side in. I could just stay here and video in the middle of this, let these cattle go around me. They won't, it won't worry them. Once cattle are broken in with dogs correctly, they never forget it. We take these steers from here down to our capella block onto forage probably after Christmas, and we find that now that we're dog training these steers, that they go onto the forage and start to eat immediately, and there's no walking the paddocks and no setback. We do rotational grazing with our steers. We move these steers around a series of different paddocks, probably once every 2 months. They've just been dipped this morning, and now they're on their way to a fresh paddock. Coming out onto a road now. There's a gate there on either side of a grid that I've opened. I've got all the dogs on the bike there now. I'll just send them to bring them cattle through that gateway. Go way over. Those dogs just tucking that side in there. I'll just have to get on my bike and give these cattle a lead now through the gate. Now the dogs are all on the bike at the moment. The dogs don't have to be out there all the time. When the cattle are trained correctly as weaners, they'll just follow the bike. If they don't and go to walk out or stop or feed out to the sides, I just send a dog back, and they'll just straighten the side, start them up again. Just the beauty of training cattle with dogs is that they never forget it. If the weaners are broken in correctly, they never forget it. If you don't go back near them for 12 or 18 months, as soon as they see the dog, they know to stop. And I can stop these cattle here now by just walking across in front of them. They know that if they go to trot past me, that all I've got to do is send a dog. There's 300 number 9 steers there, and it wouldn't matter for 600. 3 to 4 dogs could still bring those steers to me. Numbers don't impress me. I wish I had more to show you on the video, but it's not the numbers here that makes the difference. It's the training you've given the weaners at weaning that enables you to handle big numbers with a few dogs. And that gate into that paddock, those steers are coming across that culvert there in that creek. As I say, numbers don't mean a lot. If you can't effectively handle 10 head, you'll never handle 1,000 head. So if you can break in 10 or 20 to start with, and then gradually increase, you'll be able to do this with as many cattle as you can breed. Now there's nobody in the lead of them there. They're going into a fresh paddock. But they know not to trot, or the dogs will be around them, and if they did, we'd certainly send a dog to pull them up, because we must leave the cattle, not the cattle leave us. As they get through further, I'll get the dogs to pull them up and make sure they're all stopped and feeding before I ride away. I just send a dog there now. It'll go real wide out round those cattle. Just keep the rest of the dogs on the bike in case we need them for these that are coming behind. So there's 2 dogs around in the lead of those steers, just blocking them up. You can probably just about see them there. One's only a pup. One's about 2.5-year-old, and the other one's about 16 months old. Now Scott's on the tail of this mob with a couple of dogs, and as I said earlier, he doesn't really need to be there. It's only that we're going through other paddocks with quite a few cattle in. There's quite a few cattle in this paddock, and I've just turned some away before. And also we're out on a road that has a bit of traffic on, so he's able to just get the cattle off the road, or whatever we need to do if a truck was to come along. They're just going through there into their paddock. 2 dogs just holding them up. I can just walk down here, start that red beast up, travel with him, put him through the gate. This is no different than working cattle in the yard. I'm just doing straight lines back and forth here, just escorting these cattle through the gate. If I get too close to those cattle, as I have just then, they'll start to trot. If I back up, the cattle will steady up. That's the last of those steers through the gate now. All those steers have just gone over there into water holes in that tea tree. Still a couple of dogs there just steadying them. And that's about all we need to do.